All right, BJ from More Game Gumbo got Steve and Verla back here, and Monique and Naveen from Before You Play. And hey, chat crew, this is a board game show. You know what that means, right? Mm-hmm. We got to play a board game. Steve's got a game for us to play tonight, and we were talking about it before. You guys had a choice to make, though. What choice did y'all make? Steve, give us a quick hit on the rules.
Sure. We're going to play the Envie Game, which is, as BJ is fond of pointing out, his Louisiana way of saying a hankering to play something or a jonesing to play something. So we gave you guys a choice that you could either have one game each, or you could settle on one together that will be your super secret game, and we're going to try to guess it. Did you go one or two?
We went one.
One game. You're united. Okay. All right. So what's going to end up happening is we'll kick around. Verla, BJ, and I will kick out some questions. We'll be paying attention to the chat crew also. They'll ask some questions, and we'll ask them on their behalf. And it'll be a race to see who can figure out what game you're thinking about, or if you can, we can talk about basketball. If you can play four corners and keep it away from us for the entire time.
Little Princeton ball. So, Monique and Naveen, what word do y'all use on the West Coast? Is it jonesing, hankering, or do y'all use envie? Is that the word y'all use traditionally in California?
Craving.
You never know, Steve. Somebody's going to say yes.
You do know.
Depends on what part.
If I keep asking, odds are somebody's going to say yes at some point.
I think some people say
works.
Craving.
What's that? Craving? Okay,
craving
good.
Could work. Yeah.
I'm craving.
All right, so envie, a craving for a game. It doesn't matter if you own it or not. Just if you guys could finish the show, what game is it going to be? Don't tell us.
Yep.
We're going to try to guess.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask the traditional first question, and then we'll see. Chat crew, here's your chance. Is it a competitive or cooperative game? And I'm going to guess it's competitive.
Yes, it is competitive.
All right, Verla, what you got?
Does it play more than two players?
Yes.
Okay. Would you say it's a recent release in the last, say, 5 years?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So far, so good.
I'm like nervous.
Dean is asking if it's a filler.
No.
No. And Monique's eyes went real wide at that one, like we're thinking heavy.
Is it a Euro style game?
No.
Uh-oh. I already had a guess, and it's out the window. So not a Euro style game, not a strategy game. Okay.
Is it an award-winning game?
Good question.
Ooh. No, I don't
We
know.
need to hear some clickety click.
Oh yeah, maybe we should.
You gonna look it up?
I want to say no. I'm thinking no.
I want to say no as well.
Okay.
Is it a legacy game?
No.
No, not a legacy game.
Would you say it's is it a game that plays cards?
Yes.
So there are cards in the game.
There are cards in the game. Okay.
Okay.
Is it a simple game where you just play a card and draw a card, play a card and draw a card?
No.
Dang it. My guess is out the window. I thought for sure I knew what game you were going to think.
Asking if there are dice in the game as well.
No.
Oh, sorry, wrong one. Dice. No dice in the game? Okay.
No dice, cards.
Dean says, is it super thematic?
Yes.
Is
Maybe
it
we should try
mostly
to-
cards, or is there a board as well? An actual board?
Combination of the two, but mostly cards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all love card games, that's for sure. So
There's a
I'm totally...
board, but mostly cards. Are you laying those cards in a tableau of some sort in front of you, or are you playing them in actions?
I think a little bit of both. There's a little mix of both here.
A little bit of
A little
both.
bit of both.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jay wants to know if it's got a space theme. Space theme?
No.
Jesse wants to know if it's got miniatures.
Yes.
Technically, yes.
Technically.
Dean, that might kill yours. He wants to know if it's Clank.
It is not Clank.
Yeah, no. It's got meeples, but not miniatures. Nick wants to know, this was my guess. Was it a Lacerda game?
It's not.
Yeah. See, I was thinking Lisboa. I was like, oh, Monique's going to go Lisboa.
Yeah.
Dang it. So y'all double-crossed me is what happened. You were thinking,
Exactly.
is this the game that I was thinking of?
Maybe do a
Is
little
this what you're-
recap here. It's a competitive game, last 5 years. mostly cards, but there is a board. There aren't dice. We don't think it's an award winner. Super thematic, not a filler. There are miniatures. We don't know a publisher.
Wait, there are miniatures?
They said there technically are, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't run with that. But
Maybe if you're saying there's figures of some sort that you're putting on the board. Okay. We don't know publisher or theme yet, but we know thematic. Did I miss anything here?
We're not sure if it's an award winner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Steve, it's miniatures, sort of like I'm the #1 Facebook Live show. Sort of that, that.
Kinda.
So Bruges. I don't think it's Bruges.
No, not Bruges. That is a good game.
And it's definitely not Munchkins, right? Yeah, not much. Patrick, nope, not Munchkins.
I like Jay trying to get at what the theme was. It wasn't space, but if it's super thematic, if we can narrow down what the theme is, I think that's going to help us. Would you say it's kind of is it an economic game?
Yeah, is there money in the game?
No.
Oh, well.
There is currency in the game.
There is currency in the game, but I wouldn't call it an economic game.
Mr. Sean wants to know if it's got an Asian theme.
Nope.
Steve and Verla, we probably should try to think of some designers here. Maybe
that's a good question.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, you got it.
I was going to say, is it an American designer?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I believe so.
Is it a fantasy theme?
Technically?
Yes, technically.
Yes.
If it's fantasy realms, I'm going to shoot you, Naveen, because you said you don't like fantasy realms. I did my homework.
I would never agree to fantasy realms.
Okay, good.
It is not a Agricola.
Not Agricola.
Yeah, Nick, not Agricola. Yeah. Oh, yes. Mr. Sean was thinking something. What, Mr. Sean? I'm curious. What were you thinking? What would it have been? All right. So an American designer with a miniature-ish game in the last 5 years, still in print.
Oh yes.
Yep.
Definitely.
Was it on Kickstarter at all?
You beat me to it. Good question.
I don't think it was kickstarted.
No.
Okay.
Animals in the game?
Yes, technically.
Technically. Yes, technically.
There's a lot of technically. This is not helpful.
When you find out what it is, you're like, yes.
Yeah. Of course.
Have we got a theme? It's fantasy is the theme?
Fantasy technically, or
Technically. Is it in the BGG top 100?
good question.
I'm going to find out. No.
No.
Are we talking Shadows of Brimstone? No, wouldn't be that. That's got miniatures all over the place. So
Yeah.
not gonna be that.
You said American designer whose name most gamers would recognize.
Ooh,
Good question.
most gamers? I don't think so.
Okay.
Matai. Interesting.
No,
No,
not
not
Matai.
Oh, now that's a West Coast designer. Cry Havoc, Grant Rodiak's game.
Oh, I didn't realize that was his game.
No?
No, that's not it.
No.
A lot of people may recognize the designer now that I think about it, but yeah, I'm not sure if it's like a household name or anything.
So not a big name like a Rob Davio or a Eric Lang or something like that.
I think it is, but I'm not sure.
To like the hardcore board gaming community, probably.
Yes.
To people who are just getting into the hobby, maybe not.
Probably not like Rob Davio. That's a good
not like
name.
Eric Lang or something like that. Yeah.
Okay. And Eric's a Canadian, but Nick says Shadows of Camelot. No, those are French designers and an amazing game. But great guess though, Nick.
Should we get any more mechanics, you think? Would that help?
Yeah. Verla, you got something on that? Oh, social deduction. There's no trader or hidden trader in there.
No.
No.
I was
So
going
it's
to
not
ask,
among us.
are there any expansions for this game?
Yes.
Yes, there are.
Wow, didn't hit Kickstarter, but it's had a lot of expansions since then. We don't know what the game does, though.
No, that's
Do
not
we?
true.
We don't know what the game does.
Well, they said that there are miniatures. Is this it's worker placement of some sort?
Technically, yes. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I would necessarily categorize it as worker placement.
You're putting things out, but you're not necessarily getting powers from where you're placing.
It's technically not a worker placement game. Does that help, Steve?
Yes.
It kind of is.
Yeah, I guess it kind of is.
Kind of
I guess it kind of is.
Oh, good question. Is it mythical
Good
creatures?
question.
Is that why Naveen was hesitating?
It's mythical. They're
Technically
well,
mythical.
I don't like. Well, the term mythical kind of like reminds me of like myths and legends. I would say that they're more just like fantasy. They're fictional characters, fictional animals. Yes.
Fictional animals. That's
Animals.
yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Animals,
so animals,
fantasy
fantasy
no
cards,
Kickstarter,
miniatures.
American designer, last 5 years, card play primarily.
Cthulhu fantasy? Cthulhu type horror? No?
No.
Oh, Mr. Sean says root.
No, but
No.
I can see that. That's a good guess.
Yeah,
so,
that is
yeah,
a fantastic
no.
guess, but it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not quite miniatures. They're more like meeples, but they're not really because they look like little, they've got the painted faces on there. Interesting.
I feel like we're missing an obvious question here.
Is it area control? Is that the main mechanic?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
No, not area control.
What about deck building? Do we have
No.
that? No deck
No,
building.
Not deck builder.
Jesse wants to know Lords of Waterdeep. That's definitely worker placement.
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
not
see, that's
that.
definitely worker placement. Yeah, this has.
Yeah.
No,
Kind of. Is it that 1 hour wonder 60-minute game, or is it a much longer game?
I would say it's like a 60-minute
Yeah.
game, depending on number of players.
And Steve, it's in the last 5 years?
Or
Single.
single designer?
In other words, are they available? Are they taken? Are they married? No, wait, that's not what you're talking about, right? No, Steve.
Yeah, not what
No.
I'm looking for, BJ.
Solo design, like by themselves.
Yeah.
No.
Swipe in the other
Well-
direction, BJ.
Multiple.
Good
Yeah,
question.
Nick. She said technically not technically worker placement.
No, there is
Yes, they say.
technically worker
More like an
placement.
action selection type thing.
Yes, I would say it's a mix between the two.
Yes.
Yeah.
A blending of the two.
Yes.
Hmm.
Wow.
I was thinking the same thing with Bunny Kingdom, but I think there's a bigger board than cards in that.
Bunny Kingdom.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good guess
yeah.
though.
Can more than 4 people play it?
Yes.
Are the players' avatars the animals?
They can be, I think.
Yeah.
They can be.
They can be.
Yeah, they can be.
They can be.
Wow. Orleans?
No.
No.
Not Orleans.
No.
No.
Good try, though, Joel. Man, this is a tough one. I'll tell you, this is a tough one. So one more recap, and then I think, Steve, we're going to have to call it.
Yeah,
What do you think,
okay, so
Verla?
recap in the
More recap.
last 5
Man,
years, not Kickstarter. We don't think it's an award winner. Fantasy theme, technically. Animals, technically. Worker, technically. There is a board, but it's more cards that dictate gameplay. American designer that we'd probably recognize the name of, a sole designer on the game. Am I missing any other big things? A fantasy, technically, theme? Everdell
Yes.
bringing up.
That's what I was just
It's
going
not,
to
it's
No,
not
not
Everdell.
Everdell. No.
Do you want a
Good-
big hint? Oh, it's not Good Critters.
Yeah, not good critters.
And you said there was money in it, but it wasn't economics. So not Raccoon Tycoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, not right.
That either.
Those would not be
you got a hint for us?
Yes, so it's design team.
Oh,
Big hint.
Is this the Flat Out team?
Mm-mm.
No, not Flat Out team. Design team.
Is it Prospero Hall?
It's Prospero
Are we talking about
Prospero
Funkoverse?
Hall.
It's not
Funkoverse?
Funkoverse, but it's Prospero Hall.
Are you a Disney Villainous fan?
Yeah.
You know, it fits all the things they said. Mythical
It does.
creatures.
There's a
Technically.
board.
Miniatures.
Technically,
There is a
really-
board, but it's
Action
really
selection.
card based. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Disney Villainous.
Villainous.
Oh, I didn't know that you guys were fans of Disney Villainous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I like it as a two-player game.
That was so clever that you answered that question. Just technically correct. Single designer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Technically a worker placement game, but really more action selection. But I mean, but not really worker placement. Even though you're moving your workers, no, you're not blocking other people from slots.
Yes,
but then again,
correct.
you're limited to the action that you select with your worker. So, tough question. So,
Nice.
I feel like just like you're supposed to do your research on the guests, BJ, they did a little research on you and came with Disney.
I think so.
I think they did. Is the old switcheroo.
I've heard of Walt Disney. Is he like a famous person or something like that?
Yes.
A little bit.
Walter, to people who don't know him.
Walter Elias, yeah. Brother Uncle E, if you know him well. I can't believe we got stumped that long with Disney Villas, which we talk about almost every week on the show. Chat crew, you're all fired. All of you are fired. You obviously have never seen the show before. We should have gotten that one before. That was fun.
Good job.
I was really stumped on that one.
Yeah.